Hey, what's up? It's your boy Bago. How y'all doing? Welcome back to another video. I want to talk about Bleach real quick. Bleach, top 5 favorite animes of all time. Top 3 mangas of all time, really. I lean more to the manga of Bleach than I do the anime because the anime has a lot of issues. Thousand Year Blood War is an exception. I love the Thousand Year Blood War compared to the manga. Thousand Year Blood War anime is fantastic. If you haven't watched it, please do. Core 4 is dropping in July, I think. So that's like 3 months. Can't wait for that. So let's laugh about Bleach. And one of the things I want to talk about is if you was reading Bleach back in the day, it's not really a complaint now. Right? I don't think a lot of people care about it now. But back then, it was kind of a major issue. And one of the issues Bleach had was that Ichigo's moveset is very limited. And that's kind of boring. It's very limited. So Ichigo, before the Thousand Year Blood War, all he had was Getsuga Tensho and Migetsu. Yeah, 2 moves. Getsuga Tensho, Migetsu, and he couldn't do Migetsu because he would lose all his spiritual pressure if he did it. So realistically, he only had Getsuga Tensho. Now you would say he could do Sero, but White was a dick at the time, so he wasn't learning Sero. He just wasn't having it. And he wasn't really a fan of his hollow side, so he wasn't doing that regardless. Thousand Year Blood War came in, and then it gave Ichigo a Sero. Right, then Ichigo started doing Seros, then he had Getsuga Jojisho, right? So he had Mugetsu, Sero, well, Granway Sero, but you need Sero to do Granways anyway. So Sero, Granway Sero, Getsuga Tensho, Getsuga Jojisho, and Mugetsu. Yeah, but then if you compare it to someone like Naruto, who had Bijudama, Shadow Clone Jutsu, Rasengan, Rasen Shuriken, Planetary Rasen, you know what I'm saying? Like, Naruto had like a list. And if you compare the both of them to Luffy had like 3 pages of moves. Like, Luffy just had everything. He had so many moves that he only did them once. Shout out to Gum Gum UFO. Still to this day, I love that move. But he did that shit one time and he never did it again. Shout out to, matter of fact, shout out to Gum Gum Firework. How many of y'all remember that? That's a classic. Gum Gum Firework, that's a classic. How many people remember that one? Did that like twice, I think. But, yeah. As you can see, there's a large disparity between Ichigo and the rest of his partners in the big 3. So, it kind of got me thinking. Right? I was thinking, why was that the case? Right? Why did Ichigo only really have Getsuga Tensho and that was it? And it kind of boils down to like 2 reasons. One, Zangetsu and Ichigo had a very turbulent relationship in the beginning of Bleach. And you're probably like, why does that matter for him learning something new? Alright. So, Zanpakuto Toe Spirits are basically the way you get a new moveset in Bleach. They're the way that your moveset expands. If your Zanpakuto Toe Spirit does not want you to have a new move, you just won't have that move. Like, prime example, Koraku Zanpakuto. Katen Sokat? I always know how to say it when I'm not on video, but Zanpakuto Toe Spirit. I'm gonna just say Katen. I'm gonna just say Katen. His Zanpakuto Toe Spirit ability is children's games, right? But each child game will change because Katen just likes to fuck with Koraku, right? It will change. It's never consistent. That's why he has like red light, green light one time, and the next time he has chasing shadows, and the other time he'll have something different. And this time he has something different, and every time it will be something different. There's no control over it because his Zanpakuto Toe Spirit just likes playing child games. So because Ichigo and Zangetsu had this kind of turbulent relationship, Zangetsu, you could just be like, I don't want you to learn anything new. So he just won't learn anything new. You gotta force it out of him. Hey, Rukia's Zanpakuto Toe Spirit. Good example. Rukia would not have to fight Sori no Shinayuki ever to learn something new. They'll just come together and learn. Right? Another example of a Zanpakuto Toe Spirit that is kind of fucked is Renji's. Renji's Zanpakuto Toe Spirit literally lied about his Bankai. They told him half the name. So majority of the series, Renji was only fighting with half a Bankai. That's crazy, right? So Ichigo and White, because they have that turbulent relationship, Ichigo never got the chance to learn anything new. That's why when you see the Blade is Me, Ichigo starting to now bust out Getsuga Jujishos. He's starting to hit Granway Seros and whatnot. It's because White is finally like on board. They finally have that, that camaraderie. They finally like, yeah, we cool now, we boys now. So that's one of the reasons. And the second reason is kind of funny, but if you really think about it, Getsuga Tensho kind of covered all of Ichigo's options. Right? Like, Getsuga Tensho can be used as a defensive option. He can use it as a long range option. He can use it for short range. Hell, like, he could probably do it on 50-50. I heard he could do it on Wake Up. You know what I'm saying? He could do it on, it's safe on block. You know what I'm saying? It's free punish. Like, Getsuga Tensho just does everything. Right? It does everything that he needs it to do. Right? Someone would be like, but okay, he can still learn a Sero. But then I would have to sit here and ask you, what is the difference between a Getsuga Tensho and a Sero? Literally, basically nothing. They both do long range shit. 2, Ukiura confirmed that the Getsuga Tensho shares a little bit of the properties of a Sero. So technically speaking, when Ichigo's shooting Getsugas, he's basically shooting Seros. So that's already been covered. The only thing I will give you is that, yes, you don't need a Zanpakuto to shoot a Sero. Like, you could just do that with your hand, so you don't need White for that, technically. Like, you don't, need your sword to do that, technically. Counterpoint would be, if you're able to get Zangetsu out of Ichigo's hands, then I don't know what the fuck a Sero is gonna do to you, because that's a feat in itself. If you can get Zangetsu out of Ichigo's hands, bro, then you're above a Sero at that point. So I don't know about that one, big bro. Plus, Ichigo could just, summon Zangetsu, bro. He could just, snap his fingers and Zangetsu will come to his side. So, I don't know. I will give you this, though. I will give you this. Ichigo could have learned some Kido. He could have learned some Bakudos. You know what I'm saying? 6 bars of light and the Getsuga Tensho combination sound kind of toxic. But then, I also thought about that, too. And I'm like, Ichigo's kind of like Renji as a fighter. Like Grinjo. Them straightforward kind of people. They don't really have a lot of tact when they fight. So, if Ichigo's kind of like Renji, then he's gonna be ass at Kido. If, Renji 9 times out of 10 is just, you try to get Renji to shoot a Shakaho, that shit blown up in his face 9 times out of 10. It's not doing anything good. It's not doing well. So if Ichigo's anything like Renji, then that nigga is gonna be doo-doo dog shit. Doo-doo garbage with fucking Kido. He's gonna be garbage. He's gonna be trash. It is what it is. Now, Ichigo's whole thing is potential. So some people would argue that he would be good at it because, his whole thing is potential to just be Ichigo's potential, man, of Bleach. Literally potential, just the good version of it. Because he actually, I don't know. Yeah, I was about to lead into some Megami slander. I just did not want to go into that. But yeah, Ichigo's whole thing is potential, and that he has just basically the potential to do anything. So, it's a proper argument to say that he should learn Kido. And I would agree that he should have learned 6 bars of light. Get that nigga 6 bars of light. Give him any form of ceiling Kido and let that nigga, ooh! I'm telling you, 6 bars of light in a Getsuga? Jesus. That's toxic. That's toxic. He need that. But yeah, Getsuga Tensho in itself is kind of like a really good movie. It's a really good movie. But that's gonna be the video, 10 minutes. Again, if this sounded very scatterbrained, it is because it's just off the cuff. It's just me yapping. I don't script any of my videos ever. Probably should start it, but I don't feel like doing all that shit. But anyway, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. It's been your boy Paco. Deuces.